And our pick for the Game Awards goes to... What's good, YouTube? Josh Gambino back at it again. Go follow me on Twitch at Josh Gambino. I'll be streaming a little bit more now that I have a little bit more free time. Follow me on Instagram too at the Josh Gambino. So it's Game Award season, most award season for games, movies, TVs, all that good stuff. But we're gonna be doing the Game Awards nominees. We're gonna look through them and we're gonna vote for them and see which one we think are gonna win the categories. Now, there's a lot of categories right now, but I'm only gonna go through certain ones. I'm not gonna go through all the categories, just the ones that I feel like are relevant to me. So let's get to the nominees. So every year, you already know Jeff Keighley, he always does the Game Awards. There's always gonna be some crazy, world premiere and some surprises that Jeff Keighley be cooking up. So hopefully we get some good stuff coming around. No more Smash stuff because Smash is over. It's a wrap. Ultimate is done. No more patches, no more game, no more characters. It's a wrap for that. So we should not be expecting any Smash Bros stuff at the Game Awards. Maybe something Nintendo related, who knows, but maybe something Nintendo related. That'd be pretty dope if we got something that's Nintendo related. But so here are the nominees for the best esports game. Honestly, esports is just taking the world by storm. It's not going anywhere. It's only going to get bigger as time goes on, and especially when these games become free to play and they make a bank load of money off of them. It's just not gonna stop. It's gonna keep going. And companies like Riot, they support esports all heavily, and they have a pretty good model where they're the games are free to play, but they make the money off of skins and stuff like that. And I mean, those skins are expensive, but they look really freaking good. But it works for them. So do not expect esports to go anywhere. Esports, it's the future of competitive competition for video games. So but here are the nominees for the best esports game. So Call of Duty, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Dota 2, League of Legends, Valorant. Now the obvious case in point here is not Valorant. It's League of Legends. Simply the fact that League of Legends wins every year for esports game. I think the only one year that didn't win was Fortnite. I don't know if Fortnite was in the esports category, but every year League of Legends wins best esports game. This year it could be Valorant. See how popular Valorant has gotten. But I don't think Valorant is gonna win. Honestly, it's gonna be League of Legends. At the end of the day, Riot takes the win. Who's gonna take? They have two categories. They might take one. They might take the win anyways. So I personally think it's gonna be League of Legends. Personally, not Valorant. So I'm gonna vote League of Legends. So hit the vote, and we'll move on to the next one. Call of Duty has lost its time. Counter-Strike, it's still really a popular game, and same thing with Dota. But League has a crazy following. League has a definite crazy following. Now for the most anticipated game, I believe next year, of course, obviously. So the most anticipated game is Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Legend of Zelda the sequel, and Starfield. Now, me personally, my most anticipated game is Horizon Forbidden West. I mean, whether you agree with me or not, I thought the first game was amazing, and I've been looking forward to this game. This game looks great, expanding the story. I'm honestly really curious to see what they do with the story, seeing how like the first game was, the story was top notch for that game. I want to see how they top that, because it was a really well done story, and the gameplay was great. I mean, it had some bugs and stuff like that, but looks like this game they're expanding the gameplay. But what one of my friends actually convinced me that I thought that Starfield would be the one that's gonna take it, because this game has so much hype, especially ever since Microsoft bought Bethesda. it's just been, just, oh my god, Xbox dudes just like we gonna get Starfield for exclusive, this and the third, and all that stuff. But I personally think it was gonna be Starfield, but my friend convinced me it's gonna be Zelda. Zelda is huge, and Nintendo's huge, and like, the minute they announced Zelda, the Breath of the Wild, the sequel, it fucking destroyed Twitter. So I think it's gonna be Zelda. So I'm gonna vote Zelda, even though my most anticipated game is Horizon Forbidden West. I think it's gonna be Zelda. I mean, the first game, it was a good game. It was an empty game at the end of the day, but people love that freaking game. So, and out of all these games right here, well, you can't say Elden Ring because that's a new IP instead of Starfield. But these three right here, Ragnarok, Horizon, and Zelda. The first game out of these, Zelda completely wiped it by storm in terms of sales. So, most anticipated game is gonna go to Zelda, most definitely. Now, best debut indie, I think it's Valheim was cool when it came out. It has a really interesting gameplay and style. I don't know what these games are. The Artful Escape. I don't know what these games are. I seen Kenna, and I seen gameplay, a lot of gameplay. I haven't played it, but I seen a lot of gameplay, and I watched the whole walkthrough from beginning to end, and this game just looks phenomenal, especially for an indie game. This game looks really, really good. So I'm gonna vote Kenna as the best debut indie. If you disagree or agree, this is the comment section. You guys can, debate your choices. So Kenna for sure, best debut indie game. Next, so best multiplayer game. I don't know what It Takes Two is. Is this really multiplayer? Am I bugging? So Back 4 Blood, Knockout City, It Takes Two, Monster Hunter Rise, New World, and Valheim. Back 4 Blood is a Left 4 Dead that failed. That's what it is. Knockout City is fun as hell. This game is extremely fun. This game, the only bad thing about Knockout City is that it can get boring real quick, real quick. So you'll have your fun for maybe a good first week, maybe in the month. But after that, since there is no technical way to play the game, there isn't like a crazy amount of strategy. It can get boring real quick. So, but it's a really fun game. It Takes Two, don't know what this game is. Monster Hunter Rise is Monster Hunter. From what I hear, this one was much more of a disappointment. So I don't think this is gonna win best multiplayer. Valheim again, great new IP, great. It's very interesting gameplay, and the art style is great too. But I think it's gonna be New World, simply for the simple fact that this game had a lot of talk when it came out. All my friends were telling me about it, like, oh, New World, you gotta get in this new MMO. This game is amazing. In that, I bought it, and I gotta get in that. So there's a new expansion coming out. I heard it has a lot of bugs, but I'm gonna get up on this with my friends and play it too. So I'm gonna give best multiplayer game to New World. Best sports racing game, F1 2021, FIFA, for Forza Horizon, Hot Wheels, and Riders Republic. FIFA is the biggest sports game in the world ever. There is no doubt about it. There is no questioning that it is the biggest sports game ever freaking made. Unless we call Mario Kart. Is that a sports game? No, it's a racing game. Okay. But I'm personally going to give it to Forza Horizon 5 for the simple fact that this game looks godlike. It's pretty much Forza 4, of course. Forza Horizon 4. Just better. This game looks amazing and plays great. It's fun as hell. They really outdid themselves with this game. Whatever they did to make this game look this pretty, this gorgeous, they need to teach and show any other developer, Microsoft gaming studios, and share their secret, because clearly they know what they're doing. They know how to make a good looking game. Best family game. Is it really competition though? Can we just call this best Nintendo game? Because clearly, clearly, yo, at every award, Nintendo has like their own category, pseudo category. It's not called the best Nintendo game, but the nominees are mostly freaking Nintendo games. It Takes Two. Again, I don't know what this game is. Mario Party Superstars, New Pokemon Snap, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, and WarioWare Get It Together. I think it's gonna be Mario Party Superstars. This is the best family game they have right here. You can't really play Pokemon Snap, together. WarioWare you can. It's pretty fun. Super Mario World. It's just Super Mario World with a new expansion. Super Mario Party. Mario Party Superstars. I heard great things about this. I watched a lot of videos. I haven't played it yet. I mean, technically you could say that you did, because it's the same mini games as old school Mario Party games. So yeah, but and a Switch. So this is gonna win right here. I vote this one. Best fighting game. Demon Slayer. It's pretty much Naruto. Demon Slayer. Guilty Gear Strive. It's the best selling Guilty Gear ever. Melty Blood type Lumina, and Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, Virtual Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown. Demon Slayer it's just Naruto. It's not gonna take that for best fighting game. Not enough hype this year either. Melty Blood, not enough hype either. It's pretty much just Blaze Blue, just that game with another skin over it. Guilty Gear Strive, like I said, best selling Guilty Gear, and it had a lot of hype this year. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. This is a weird one, because this one had hype. This game had crazy hype behind it, just for the simple fact that it was supposed to be a heavily melee, Super Smash Bros. Melee inspired platform fighter, and it was great. It was good at first. You played it. It was awesome. But it released, man, oh my, it wasn't really broken. It's just that the characters were hella broken. They were really busted. But the developers, they didn't care. They wanted it to be that way, and then they slowly patched stuff and made it better. And then they have made it better and stuff like that. But the one thing that killed this game was the online was great too, but it suffered from connectivity. So you will connect, disconnect, this and the third. There was at one point where you couldn't even make private lobbies. So once that happened, and then because of COVID, everyone's playing online, the game just auto died. It auto killed itself. I had pretty high hopes for this game, but it died. It died too soon, way too soon. Virtual Fighters 5 is Virtual Fighters, making a comeback. Don't know much about this game because I completely forgot this game even came out this year. So I'm gonna give it to Guilty Gear Strive. I just love the Guilty Gear franchise, and I think this game was really solid, really solid. Best role-playing game. Cyberpunk does not deserve to be here. That game was broken. It's still broken. They haven't fixed it. This is an automatic no. Monster Hunter Rise, just because they didn't win best role, best multiplayer game. I can't give it best role-playing game because it's missing stuff. From what I was told, it was missing a lot of things. Scarlet Nexus, cool ass game. I love this game. This game is really freaking cool. Shin Megami Tensei 5, it's Shin Megami Tensei. Tales of Arise. Now this game looks like crack. This game looks really freaking good. It's a step in the right direction for a new Tales game. So Bandai did an amazing job with Tales of Arise. I love the Tales series. The Tales series is a really freaking solid franchise. Those who haven't played Tales, go play those games, man. They're really freaking good. Best action adventure. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Resident Evil Village. All of these games are actually really good. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy was one of those games that you did not think was going to be good. You saw that gameplay trailer at E3, you was like, what the freakazoid is this? This game looks like booty. It looks like garbage. This, man. And in the trailer that they showed, it didn't do the game justice at all. But the game is actually really freaking good. It's surprisingly good, and then they so much attention to detail and the character design, the sound design, the music, the score. Oh, this game is really freaking good. But I wouldn't say it's the best action adventure game, because it does play like, you know, your typical, you know, third, I don't want to say third person shooter, but you know, your typical third person action adventure game, you know. But it's a really fun game, really dope game. Metroid Dread. Metroid Dread. For those that don't know, Metroid is one of my all-time favorite franchises, like, of all time. And I made a video a few months ago about Metroid Dread, how if this game flops, Metroid is dead. If this game succeeds, we have more. We have the potential to get more Metroid games out, and this game delivered in terms of story, art design, game mechanics. It's just so fluid. They added an extra layer of gameplay. It's very freaking fluid, man. The slide, the counter, the free aiming, it's just all really good. The boss fights are freaking godlike. Like, they really took the Metroidvania style of game and they modernized it, and they made it fun, and they made it really. It's a really difficult game, which I like, because I miss those difficult, you know, Metroid games. Oh man, I just got done on playing Metroid Fusion just to play this game. So, and I'm happy this game succeeded. I thought this game was great. Man, the boss fights was amazing. Just great freaking game. Great franchises, man. Great franchise. If those that have never played Metroid, man, play this and go back and play the old ones, because you're missing out on some good stuff. Psychonauts 2, surprisingly a good game too. It's old school platformer. Think of it like an old school, or really like, you know, one of those old school platforming games. But just because it's old school and it's like old school platformer doesn't mean it's like it's gonna feel, or it does feel old, but it's not gonna be as good. But it's actually a decent freaking game. Psychonauts 2, man, it's surprisingly good, and it's not the best game on this list, of course, but this just being nominated, you know, it's an honor in itself. So Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Those physics though, and those graphics, man, this game is great. Most people don't agree with me. They don't think this game is that great. They think it's just, you know, it's just Ratchet & Clank with some pretty ass graphics and physics and, you know, stuff like that. I thought this game was amazing. But it's not my game of the year though. I mean, best action game adventure. Resident Evil Village. So Resident Evil Village it's a really freaking good game. It's Resident Evil 4 and 7 mixed together, and they made it together and had a baby. That's what this game is. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to play this game because I don't have it. But all the gameplay I've seen, all the streams I've seen, you know, it's a game that draws you. And then that baby scene, oh my goodness, that was awesome. Adventure though, I mean, it's more of a horror game than it is an action game. It is an adventure, I guess you can say that, but I'm gonna give it to Metroid Dread. I'm also biased because Metroid is my favorite franchise, so I'm voting Metroid Dread. Agree to disagree in the comment section. Next game, category, best action game. Back 4 Blood. We can diminish that already. Chivalry 2. I know what this game is, but I don't like this kind of game. So I already don't see it as being as best action game. Deathloop. Look, Dishonored with a reskin. Look, this game looks fun, but I don't think it's the best action game. Far Cry 6. It's Far Cry. What can I say? It's Far Cry. Now Returnal. Returnal was one of those games that this deserves to be nominated. It's a really good roguelike game. It pissed a lot of people off because it was hard. Action was great, man. I'm gonna just give the damn vote to freaking the Returnal, because Returnal deserves this. Not none of these games right here. This is just another Far Cry. This is just Dishonored. Don't know and disappointed. Best mobile game. Fantasian. I think that's how you say it. Fantasian. Don't know what that game is. Genshin Impact, League of Legends Wild Rift, Marvel Future Revolution, and Pokemon Unite. Pokemon Unite is fire, but I'm gonna tell you right now, Genshin Impact is the best mobile game out right now. The fact that they can put that on a mobile game is freaking ridiculous. I have to commend them for that. And the fact that they're supporting it, you know, more characters, more story, more expansions. It's the best mobile game out right now, and I'm gonna vote it because I think it's the best mobile game out right now. Best indie. 12 Minutes, Death's Door, Encryption, Kenna, Loop Hero. Kenna wins best indie. Kenna is best indie. Best indie debut. Best indie game. Because it's a really freaking good game. That is all. Best ongoing game: Apex Legends, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Genshin Impact, Call of Duty Warzone. Apex Legends was on the brink of dying this year. This game was pretty much dead for a while, and then out of nowhere, it just popularity just fucking spiked up and spiked up. And half of it has to do with, you know, Warzone, you know, people leaving Warzone. You know, all the hackers, you know, they pretty much owned Warzone, and Infinity Ward, Activision, they didn't do anything to fix it at all up until like a few weeks ago. So, because, you know, every man's trash is another man's treasure. So, because everyone left Warzone, a lot of the players, that fan base, they went to Apex. And I've been playing Apex. I love Apex, man. I play Apex as one of my main games. This game is fire. Genshin Impact, again, best mobile game. Is one of the best. That's actually one of the best ongoing games going on right now. Fortnite, like it or not, is still a really good game, and it's still a really popular game. It's just not in the mainstream like that anymore. It's not the biggest game on the planet like it was, you know, for 2 straight years. But personally, I think Apex Legends is gonna get best ongoing game for the fact that it got so much traction this year and so much buzz that there's no way that there's these two right here: Genshin Impact, Apex Legends. One of these two is gonna take it, and then runner up Final Fantasy Online. But I could be wrong. Maybe Fortnite takes it. So who knows? But I'm voting Apex Legends. That game is fire. Fuego Beans, best score and music. You Do Not Deserve to Be Here. The Artful Escape. Cyberpunk 2077. Now let's be real. If Cyberpunk was not broken and it worked and it was great at launch, or even like a little like maybe a month, 2 months later, cool, you could put this here and it can possibly win. But to be nominated, no, not broken games. We don't do that. We don't do that. This doesn't even get to be this. If Cyberpunk wins, it's gonna be riots. Deathloop, never played it, don't know the score. Nier has an amazing score. Like I was telling earlier, Mars Guardians of the Galaxy has amazing sound design and amazing music, man. I'm voting Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy has amazing music. The soundtrack is so good, and the fact that, you know, Star-Lord, he's listening to music while he's fighting, so you know, you gotta stay true to character. You know, you gotta have some nice, you know, oldies, some nice, cool, you know, rock music up in there. You have to have it. You have to have it. Now, best art direction. This is tough because Ratchet & Clank looks freaking amazing. Psychonauts is probably the most stylized game here. Kenna, great. Deathloop, I guess. The Artful Escape, it's cool, you know. It's between Kenna and Psychonauts. I'm gonna give it to Psychonauts because that game is so stylized. looks so phenomenal of a game. I'm gonna vote Psychonaut. Okay, best narrative. I haven't played any of these games, so I don't even know the narrative of this. I haven't even watched these yet. I do like Life is Strange, and they tend to have good narrative driven games. But I'm gonna skip this one because I haven't played any of these games. It is unfair for me to judge. You know, even I haven't even watched these games. Besides Guardian, I've watched some stuff, but I haven't watched a lot of it because I don't want to get spoiled. So I'm gonna skip this one. Best game direction. Deathloop. Yo, Deathloop is in a lot of these freaking nominees. What's going on? Is a little conspiracy here? Who had to pay? Who had to pay some money to get this Deathloop up in here? And Deathloop is one of those games that has been shoved down our throats this whole entire year. It's honestly insane how much this game is just everywhere. Whoever's paying for this marketing is, man, they want this game to succeed because shoot, man, this game was everywhere, man. When I say everywhere, it was everywhere. But I don't think it deserved to be here. Sorry. Look, I love Dishonored. Dishonored is, you know, the first game was kind of boring. It didn't get fun till like mid to end of the game, but yeah, no, sorry. I'm gonna give it to Psychonauts. I would give it to Ratchet and Clank, but Psychonauts' style is so stylized. It's so unique that, and there's no way this can't win. You know, you have to appreciate what the developers, you know, what Double Fine did with Psychonauts. You just gotta appreciate that. And now to the itty gritty, the final contestant. What we're here for. This is what we came here for. This is what you clicked this video for, to see what my thoughts for the game of the year of the Game Awards 2021. Which one is gonna take it? It ain't Deathloop. I'm sorry. If Deathloop wins, there's gonna be riots. There's gonna be crazy riots. I don't think it's gonna be Deathloop, but because, you know, conspiracy, we might get Deathloop win. You know, you never know. It Takes Two. I really have to see what this game is, because let me see. It Takes Two. Let's see what this game is, because I really
This is Joseph Fares,
game
director at Hazelight, and I'm here to show you gameplay of It Takes Two. The game is a co-op action-adventure platformer with a focus on marrying the story and gameplay. You play as Cody and May, two parents
I think
that
I know what this
decided to
game. I
divorce.
remember this game now.
Of course, this upsets their daughter Rose, who creates two dolls that the parents magically turn into. And with the guidance of a cheesy love book called Dr. Hakim,
they have to stay together.
I will help you fix your relationship.
you now control Cody and May on this crazy ride.
Reach them. We're tiny.
I think I remember this game now.
Insane. There are no similar scenarios.
Wow,
Every scene is unique. Whatever happens in the story will be reflected in the gameplay. Let me show you some examples. When Cody and May meet a gang of squirrels in
this
their
has a
tree,
pretty unique art
May
style.
finds out that Cody let a nest of
But
wasps
it's
move
not
in.
better than Psychonauts. Damn, that looks
Now they
beautiful.
are forced into a war between the wasps and the squirrels, using the squirrels' weaponry. Combine the sap gun and the match gun to create explosions.
Okay. Looks like a fun game. Looks like a real fun game. It Takes Two. Interesting. I don't think it's gonna win though. But it looks like a really fun. It looks like a good fun game. Not gonna lie. Oh man, it's crazy. Metroid Dread. Y'all already know what I'm gonna vote for. I said what I said my piece before. Psychonauts 2, great art style, great game. I don't think it's Game of the Year contender. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and Resident Evil Village. A lot of people think that Resident Evil Village should not be on a Game of the Year category. This game is good. It's good, really good. All these games here are great. Look, Deathloop could be a great game, but I don't think it deserves to be here at all. Personally, I'm gonna vote for Metroid Dread. I think because of all the new stuff they brought in, the story, and the fact that this was in development hell for years and it came out it came out to be good, shows that all you have to do is just trust the developer and let them make the game. Nintendo, just let them make the damn game. I'm voting Metroid Dread. I think by the off chance of just pure conspiracy that Deathloop is gonna win the game of the year. I think Deathloop is gonna win, and there's gonna be a lot of people pissed off and upset about it. I'm gonna vote Metroid Dread because I think Dread deserves it. Hands down, deserves this. Like, it's been a long time coming, and the fact that Metroid Dread coming back after years, winning game of the year, man, Nintendo needs it. The franchise needs this. Like, they really do need this. For all we know, maybe Metroid Dread wins, and then Nintendo comes out and they show us a trailer of Metroid Prime 4. Right? They showed us Prime. They should have Bayonetta 3 earlier this year. What if they already know this game's gonna win game of the year, and then they come out of nowhere? Oh, since you guys voted game of the year, he's a little, Jeff comes out like, I got a little treat for you, Metro Prime 4. Is that? I know a man can dream. A man can dream. Come on, guys. Come on, a man can dream. I know you're over there laughing, shaking your head at me. I know you're doing it. I know you are. But you know what? You will not break me down because Metro deserves this. But there we go. These are the nominees for the 2021 Game Awards. And Game of the Year is going to be an interesting one this year. It was controversial last year because Death Stranding was. I think Death Stranding was on there, was it? Or was it not? I don't think it was. I don't remember correctly. But last year, when whichever year I think it was last year, Death Stranding was very controversial because the whole Death Stranding being nominated for so many categories, and a lot of people not thinking that the game was good at all. But this year is going to be very interesting. We have a lot of good games on here, except Deathloop, that have the potential to win Game of the Year, and that probably deserve it. Except Deathloop. It Takes Two. I'm not gonna knock the developers. I'm not gonna knock this game. This game looks really fun. But Game of the Year contender, I'm not sure this is a Game of the Year contender, to be honest. But Metroid, Psychonauts. Psychonauts not even a Game of the Year contender at all, to be honest. So I'm not gonna lie to you. But Metroid, Ratchet and Clank, Resident Evil Village. It's between those three. If there's no bias, I was always biased. If there's no conspiracy, it won't be Deathloop. If there's no conspiracy, it's between those three: Metroid, Ratchet and Clank, Village. But if there's a conspiracy out there, Deathloop will definitely take the cake. So all my conspiracy theories out there, I need to hit the comment section and tell me all your conspiracy about this game and the Game Awards. And then you can smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. This is Josh Gambino. This is all I gotta say right now for this Game Awards. I will be streaming this live, or if not me, go sub and follow Gameplay X4 on Twitch and YouTube. Because if I'm not streaming the Game Awards live on my channel, it will be on Gameplay X4. So I will link that on the description. Check us out. We have a podcast every week on Friday at 7 p.m. So check us out. Let us know what you think. I check you guys on the next one. If it ain't Gambino, it got to go. Deuces.